Welcome to On Top the Cage's presentation of the pinnacle of the Super Bowl show. It is Super Bowl LVI. You got that, Dan? I had problems
56.
L50, 55, 56. Yeah, I think that's right.
I know it's right.
You know it's right?
Yeah.
All right, you got that? You go with Roman numerals?
56. No, I'm not good with the Roman numerals, but I heard somebody else say it.
Oh, you heard someone say it.
56.
We are shooting on Tuesday as opposed to our normal shoot day on Wednesday. You have something going on? What do you got going on again?
I got Loge tickets to go to the Cavs tomorrow, and they're on fire.
Yeah, Cavs, surprisingly good. Dan loves the NBA.
Yeah. When I have Loge tickets.
Dan hates the NBA. Does that mean you get like free food and beverage?
I don't know.
Yeah. Is it a work thing?
It's a work thing.
That's good. Who's going with you?
I'm taking Tyler, my son.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So
he asked me at Christmas if we go to a Cavs game, and I'm like, yeah, let me see what I can do on tickets, because he wanted to buy them, and I'm like, let me work on it.
Yeah, no, you can find
Can't get any better than Loge tickets.
No, yeah, that shit's free, and beverage, food, whatever. It's all good for sure. They got some good beers there too. You're probably gonna see Saucy's beers up there, Saucy Brewworks. They have a lot of that. The last time I was there, which was a year ago, I guess, for Keaton's birthday. But anyway, I digress. Super Bowl. You know what's called the Super Bowl? We talked about the division round. You were questioning that. My guess is, I don't know, but it's kind of a dumb name, but my guess is because all the stadiums back in the day were built like bowls.
Well, I got to think, too, that it came off of the bowl games. There were bowl games in college football before, and this is the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you what, the stadium that this one's held in is not a bowl. It's a magnificent place, and I wish we had Mark here to talk about it, I suppose.
SoFi Stadium, but if you travel around, you can see all the tent cities from all the homeless people right around the stadium.
His cup is on set that he brought us. Yes, it's there. It's right there.
From SoFi Stadium.
And that's right.
Mark was supposed to be here, but again, missing in action.
You saw Mark today, though, right?
I did. He needs to have hernia surgery.
Did you went there for your snowblower? Is that right?
Yes, I took my snowblower down there because the guy up the street that hangs out is a small engine guy.
Yeah.
So he's fixing my snowblower because disaster struck on Friday.
Oh my goodness. Thursday, Friday, it was unbelievable again. I mean, we haven't had dumps like this in, 10 years.
Good grief. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, there's a snow pile over there that's got to be 5 feet tall.
It's ridiculous. And I have a driveway right next to mine. But yes, we got dumped on again, another foot plus of snow. It was heavy too. It was like salt.
We had rain, sleet, ice. It was a mess.
It absolutely was. It's been a very harsh winter.
Well, I sent you the picture of what was in my cul-de-sac before that.
Right.
The front end loader came down the street, moving the snow that was still in the street into my freaking front yard.
Right.
So I've got a mountain of snow from this guy that's going to last me probably till Easter.
May, yeah. Easter's a good reference. It may last till May, depending on what we get. But yeah, it's been difficult. I mean, I work from home, and I never work from home. I work from home on Thursday and Friday because of it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been wild up here, but that's what we talk about.
What saved me, Thursday night, I went out with my snowblower, did the driveway. So Friday, I had like half. Friday, I get out there, the throttle cable busted on the snowblower. So I'm like, okay.
Bad timing.
I'll suck it up, just because the snow wasn't heavy. The Friday morning snow, it was light, fluffy. So I'm using my snowblowers I got when I got in this house. So it's probably 16 years old. The shovel that I used is probably, I know it's older than the snowblower. So I do the driveway. I'm thinking I'm working out, getting my exercise in. Then I get to the end where the freaking snowplow piled all the crap up. And that snowplow guys actually, our street was done twice.
Can't do that. Yeah, no way with that. There's chunks. It's heavy. It's ridiculous.
My 20-year-old shovel breaks. So I'm like, son of a bitch. I trudged down to the shed in the backyard, and the wind was blowing so bad. I had huge drifts.
We had drifts, too.
Huge
we had drifting,
drifts.
too.
I mean, the recycling can, I had a drift in the back that was as high as the recycling can.
Yeah, can't unbury them even.
So I struggle down there. I take the broken shovel down to move the snow in front of the door. I can't get the door open because it's frozen freaking shut.
Right.
I mean, frozen shut. There's another snow shovel in there. It's more of a pusher. It's a metal snow shovel, wooden handle. I'm like, this will take care of it, but I can't get to it. So now I'm pissed because I can't leave because we're going out of town. I can't leave that shit in the end of my driveway. Right. So I go to Lowe's, sold out of snow shovels. Go to Home Depot, sold out of snow shovels. I end up buying a freaking grain shovel at Home Depot for $48 freaking dollars.
Oh, what they should normally be $20.
$48 freaking dollars. They had a cheaper one, same shovel, but it's got a plastic thing. The one I got has an aluminum, base on the shovel. I'm like, I got ice. I can't have this plastic thing. $48, and it's a backbreaker. Yeah. I mean, because I'm bending over. Grain's light.
Right. I stayed out Thursday until about 12:30 in the morning is the last run I made. And I have a snow pusher, a 4-foot snow pusher. I love it, except it's not built for a foot plus snow. I bet I did the driveway 20 times on Thursday because it's so much easier if you keep it where there's just this much on it and you just push it to the side and throw it out. But it was rough, and Friday was rough, although the snow that came overnight was a little bit lighter in weight. Yes. It wasn't that bad, and we've had contractors here. I tell you what, we have a fortress around our driveway right now. It's perfectly clear, except there's like 5 feet height of snow because, well, first of all, the previous dump that was 2 or 3 weeks before, it didn't go anywhere because it's been so damn cold. The dogs hate it, pissed off, cannot see above it. Oakley, a pain in my ass. Oakley's our youngest dog, but biggest dog. He loves the snow. He stands on top of the snow drifts, where he can and sees out. Like he plays king of the mountain by himself. I might as well talk about Oakley. All kinds of stories of Oakley. And Oakley has learned how to work the doors, basically, here. I was at work. Katie was gone, or Katie went with Gavin somewhere. There was nobody at home except the dogs were inside. Oakley locked them out. He knows how to work the toggle switch. I don't think he did it on purpose, certainly, but he knows how to work the toggle switch. Nice. He banged with his paw. They had to get. No way to get in. I mean, you get in the garage. Everybody enters through their man door in the garage who live at the residence. So Katie literally had to get my neighbor and they get the ladder from behind. We had to cut the screen in Ethan's window, which is in front, to get in the house. No freaking way. Right. So, but that's not the end of it. Dude, you don't have a key hidden in here? Apparently not. Yeah, we were not prepared. We were not prepared for that. To parlay it off, though, I was here. We were all here. It was around dinner time or whatever. The other two dogs, Tucker and Oliver, were inside. Oakley was outside, but not for long. I mean, I hear the door. I'm like, who the hell's here? Nope, it's Oakley. There's a lever door. He knows how to open the lever door now. God. He rolls in. In my mind, he had a big smile on his face, like, fuck you guys, new sheriff in town. The other dog's like, oh, hell yeah. So yeah, we got some issues. We got to probably change the lever situation on the man door in the garage. So I don't know. Let's do what happened last week or 2 weeks ago. It's really quick. Dan and I running hot. Both went 2-0. Both the games right. I'm 8-4. We'll don't necessarily need to talk about Dan's record for the playoffs, but we are certainly on the beer review, and we may do two tonight, right? Because Dan, you went to a brewery over the weekend, right? Yes, we were in D.C. I have our oldest daughter lives in Alexandria, Virginia. We were there to celebrate my grandson's turning 5 on Thursday. He had a fun friends party at Pump It Up. Remember going to Pump It Up with the kids? Yeah, unfortunately, I do. It was fun when you're a grandparent because you don't have any responsibility whatsoever. Right. Whatsoever. So Pump It Up is here at the end of this plaza, kind of a warehouse looking thing. There was a brewery. Perfect. So well placed. 10:45 was the birthday party. They shuffle you in and out, get you the hell out of there because they got birthdays lined up. We were having lunch. Yeah, you sent me pictures of beer flights. Yeah. Like during the middle of the day, for sure. So middle of the day, it had to be like noon. Yeah, it was lunch. It was certainly lunchtime. Yeah. It was. Did you get a sticker? Yes. All right. Yeah, on your kegerator? That dude. It's not on there yet, but yeah. All right. That is not the beer we're going to do. That's the backup beer. The beer we are going to do for beer review is called Worst Case Scenario. I picked it obviously because of the name. In my mind, This is the worst case scenario. It is football funeral. We will not have football again until September, unfortunately.
Well,
I will miss it terribly.
The USFL starts.
That's right. It's on the board. We're going to talk. There's so much random football news to talk about. That's part of it on the board.
Did you watch that race? Did you turn it on at the Coliseum?
NASCAR?
Yeah, did you see that quarter?
No, I did not do that.
Quarter-mile track they put in that freaking state? Dude, it was hysterical.
I heard it was a short track. I did hear something bullshit about that. I don't watch that.
It's unbelievable.
Let's talk about this. I want to talk about NASCAR. Nobody wants to talk about
Come
NASCAR.
on.
Worst case scenario, double India Pale Ale. Dan's drinking it. What's our alcohol content, Dan? That's your job.
9%.
Woohoo! Did you like it?
That's good. It's light.
It is from the Masthead
Masthead.
Brewery in Cleveland, Ohio. And we will see if we get through this. Dan will probably get through his and push this other beer that's behind the microphone on us. But we'll see about that. I'm going to try this. Oh, it's tasty.
It's good.
It is good.
I'm going to move the can. This is the other one. It's a cider.
Cider.
Lost Boy Brewery in Virginia.
It says in Fuego on it.
That's the name of the. I don't
Is
know
it
if this
spicy
is a beer.
hot?
It's got peppers infused with
Dan's
it.
hijacking the beer review with another beer.
Yeah, it's a dry cider, so it's not sweet.
Okay. I like sweet.
No, it's good.
What's the
This is
alcohol
dry.
content in that thing? I can't go too overboard with this. Hot peppers.
6.9. Hot peppers. That's
Dry
what they
cider
call
with
it
hot
in Fuego.
peppers. Is it frozen? I don't think so.
It's not frozen.
All right, we're fine.
It's in my fridge. Come
All
on.
right, fine. Lots of random football news. All the head coaching vacancies are filled. Finally.
Unbelievably.
So, yes, and I really like the in-laws hire of Mike McDaniel from Kyle Shanahan.
I don't know much about the dude.
He's Kyle Shanahan's lieutenant. I mean, and I think Kyle Shanahan is the most innovative mind in football on the offensive side. So I love that for Tua Tagovailoa. I love that for the in-laws teams. But obviously there's a huge hubbub, and Brian Flores filed a lawsuit against the National Football League, a couple of different teams. Denver, I believe the New York Giants as well. That's coaching suicide for sure. But I guess he's going to take one for the team. But I have quite
What
a few
team?
thoughts about this. Take one for his own team. I don't know.
What's his team?
There's no team. And here's
It's
the thing.
stupid.
He filed that against the National Football League, but the McCaskies own the Chicago Bears. The Haslam's own your team, the Cleveland Browns. I mean, Jerry Jones owns the Dallas Cowboys, whatever you want to say. I mean, they have a right to pick their head coach. And I understand there are plenty of black candidates out there. I mean, lots of head coach or lots of GM vacancies got filled by minorities, if you will. I mean, the Bears filled their position with 36-year-old Ryan Poles, who's black.
Well, but again, color shouldn't have anything to do with it. I mean, either you're good or you're not. Because
Right.
We've talked about Eric Bieniemy before, and why isn't he a head coach? And he must interview terribly.
Well,
And if you interview terribly, there's only 32 positions. So word travels.
Ryan Poles.
You're not good.
Ryan Poles came from the Kansas City organization, and he got the general manager job for the Chicago Bears. And the Bears had vetted some candidates for the head coaching position, but they also told Ryan Poles, if you want to bring in other people as well for us to consider, do it. He did not bring in Eric Bieniemy. So I don't know. Speaking of that, I mean, I saw your guy from
Hugh Jackson?
No. Quasey, the analytics guy from the Cleveland Browns, got the GM or the GM position from Minnesota. I have a funny story about Quasey, though. I don't know him from anybody. He's got 3 names or whatever. I've never seen the dude before in my life, but I was out here watching whatever NFL Network or whatever, and they're introducing him as their new general manager in Minnesota. And I'm looking at the screen, I'm like, I go like this, I'm like, hey! That's the guy who held Captain Phillips hostage. I'm like, it was not. I was wrong. I was mistaken. It wasn't him. But, yeah, there's plenty of minority candidates. I don't know where this lawsuit's really going to go. I understand there's plenty of minority candidates that are available, but I just don't see the basis of this lawsuit.
I think the Giants pretty much defended themselves. And if you're the Denver Broncos, we interview every candidate when we're drunk.
Sure. Well,
So
yeah.
how's that discrimination?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't see the basis for this necessarily.
It's going to get tossed.
I think it probably does too. I don't know.
It's going to get tough.
I don't want to get too political about that stuff. I mean, I just don't see it, and not. I'm sure there's plenty of minority candidates out there. I mean, Mike McDaniel, he got the job. He's biracial, if you will.
I thought he was Irish.
I know McDaniel, right? And what does Houston do? Why do you fire David Culley for Lovie Smith, who was the assistant coach? Why don't you stick with Culley?
I was going to ask you. I mean, because he got fired from Illinois,
he did.
And then an NFL team's going to pick him up.
But if he's the assistant head coach, I mean, him and Culley are on the same page. Why would you change that for that?
I don't.
You go in a different direction if you're going to fire your head coach, generally. And they did it.
It makes no sense. But Houston, I mean, come on. Houston's going to take over the Giants as being the mess of a franchise.
They got to get underneath the black cloud. That's Deshaun Watson. There needs some resolution in regards to that. He's got to go. And I mean, they need help from the National Football League, and they need help from, the civil court system, I suppose, to get some clarity on this. But they really need that black cloud off of the books and figure that out for both sides of it, meaning Watson and the Houston Texans. Brady retired. I was right about that. Got that prediction right. I did watch the Tuck Rule missing football. I ended up watching the Tuck Rule documentary on Sunday evening. I think it started around 8 p.m. It was okay. It was pretty good. So, you mentioned the USFL. It's a void. I mean, I think it starts next month in March. So.
I think it's later than that. I don't think it's March. I think it's
not
further.
Oh, I thought it was March.
There's only like 8 teams.
There's 8 teams.
I think it's a short season.
I really wish that the National Football League would allocate their practice squad players to the USFL, because I would have a lot more interest in watching the league if they did. If there was a little C on the back of the helmet for one of the players, I would probably follow them, meaning he's a Chicago Bear practice squad player. I mean, I'm such a ridiculous dire fan. I know a large portion of the practice squad players on the Chicago Bears. So
MLS starts later this month. I'm not going to be interested in USFL.
No.
By the way, did you see they traded Burholder's kid to Vancouver?
Recruited?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. When does
last weekend of this month?
Yeah. Wow, that's quick. Washington football team has a new name.
Hate it.
You do? I like it.
Commanders?
What's wrong with that?
No. They should have stayed football team. No.
That's ridiculous.
Is dumb.
That's ridiculous.
Well, how do they come up with Commanders? What is that?
Military. I don't know. I don't know. We're the nation's cap. They're housed in the nation's capital. I love it. And people on the internet, like, bitch about fucking everything. I like the name. I specifically like the uniforms, and I like the military touches with, the insignias on the sleeves, especially like where it says Commanders right here, where my little Columbia thing says right here. But I really wish the player's last name was right there, because that's what the Army used to do. I have one of my father's jackets who was in the Army, and it says Zerusen, really big, in red and yellow, actually, right here. And it's Army green, things like that. It says Commanders right across there. I love that. I think it should be the player's last name. I think that would be amazing. I don't know. I like the little touches to the uniform. I don't mind it at all. So,
my question is, who's next?
What does that mean?
What team's next that the
that they're
woke crowd is going to go on?
Browns.
The Browns?
I fucking don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't like all the political stuff. We've got too much political stuff for the show already.
We got Guardians now, and I'm waiting for that Chief Wahoo's face to be on that Guardian logo. That stupid helmet. It's so dumb.
I hear you.
Dumb. Put Chief Wahoo in that.
My Illinois basketball team, college basketball team, plays later tonight. A big game in Purdue. They had to lose Chief Illinois.
Yeah. Are
And
they next?
They're not allowed to use the Chief Illinois symbol, but I only buy stuff University of Illinois that has the Chief logo on it these days. So because I don't know, because of political stuff. I don't want to talk. You been watching the Winter Olympics at all?
No.
Me neither.
I watched a little bit of curling because I was in the hotel and waiting for Tammy to shower or something. That was the only thing that's on. Curling.
I used to watch the Winter Olympics when I was a kid, but I think it's.
I'm not watching it because it's in China.
Okay. Dan does not want to get off the political situation at all. But I used to watch it, but I think it's largely a product because when I grew up, We had 3 fucking channels. That was it. I mean, so it was one of 3 choices.
Well, it's
No
pain in the
cable.
ass. I don't know what's on, and every time I look, it's freaking figure skating.
You don't like figure skating?
No. Who likes figure skating?
I don't
And
know.
somebody defected from the U.S. to go back to China.
Oh, we got.
Screw it.
I hear
I don't
you.
need to watch that shit.
We got some family in town for this weekend. Katie's brother Billy, his wife Ginger, their daughter Jane are coming up for the Super Bowl. That's going to be awesome. There's a chance that Katie's brother Kevin comes up there. Kevin and Billy are pretty tight. If it both happens, I'm sure we'll have quite a few beers out here. I mean, Billy hails from Jacksonville Beach, Florida. I mean, he's got a rude awakening. I know that the Super Bowl forecast is a high
Is
of
he an
like.
Urban Meyer fan?
I doubt it. Yeah, I mean, he likes girls better than that. I don't know about fan of his coaching or anything, but
I mean, Jacksonville Beach, same place as Jacksonville where the team's at?
no, Jacksonville and Jack's Beach. He lives like right. I think he lives like a mile away from the beach. So I think there's a difference. I don't know. He says Jack's Beach. I don't know. That's what he says. I don't know. I believe him. I've never been there. I'd like to go. Maybe we'll come down there sometime. It's a hell of a lot warmer. So he might be regretting his decision coming up here. I don't know. So what are you doing for the Super Bowl? You got people?
I have no clue.
Really?
Honestly, I have no clue who's coming. I don't know what we're cooking.
Really?
Nothing. No clue.
That was
I was talking about it with Tammy tonight, and I'm like, I don't know.
I have our menu somewhat figured out.
What's your menu?
Well, first of all, Cincinnati chili dogs, because Cincinnati chili is a big thing. Cincinnati, I'm a theme person, you know that. We're gonna have that. I did a little bit of internet research, and the French dip sandwich was invented in Los Angeles. We're gonna have French dip sandwiches.
How the hell's get out of here, Bennett in Los Angeles?
That's what fucking Google says. What do you want? What do you want?
There's no freaking way that was invented in Los Angeles.
Okay, that's what the internet said.
No way.
Multiple places it says it.
I'm doing my own research on that.
There's a lot
no
of Mexican
freaking
food
way.
in LA, obviously. Katie
No
makes a
food
great
in
Mexican
LA.
fiesta dip. I'm sure that'll be part of it. Well, a bunch of other things. Also Grater's ice cream. Grater's is very.
That's from Cincinnati.
It is. It's a theme thing, right?
How you getting graders up here?
It's here. It's on the shelves, dude. But there is holy shit. That's my phone. Sticker shock.
It's all the way over there.
That hurts. I'll be back on set in a second.
Somebody asked me if I was making Cincinnati chili, and I said no, because I usually make that when the Browns play Cincinnati, and Cincinnati always loses when I make Cincinnati chili. So that's out at my house.
So Dan, they have Grater's ice cream at Giant Eagle, our local grocery store that I frequent.
Do they have Geta?
I know what that is too. I don't think so. I know exactly.
I
What
would love to have some Geta. I wish
Really?
I would've ordered it. Yeah, I love it.
That mush shit.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like mush.
It's not mush.
It's like sausage meat mush.
It's sausage and oats. It's not mush.
Mush.
Get out of here.
Mush. So wait, do you ever buy ice cream?
A whale of a pail. If I need a pail for something.
Okay, but anyway, all right, the bucket or whatever, carton, whatever. I don't know if that's a half gallon or a gallon. What does it normally run?
It depends what you're buying.
Right.
And what's on sale. If you get the store brand or
Yeah, $4 or $5.
$5.
Right. You know what? The regular carton of Grater's ice cream costs?
$13.95.
$15.99.
Yeah, no,
Holy
I ain't
shit!
buying that. Because shit, I've had graders in Cincinnati.
I told Katie about that, and
Screw that.
she's like, "You're not gonna buy that." I'm like, "It's a holiday." She's like, "It's not a holiday." I'm like, "It's a holiday." We went back and forth for a while, and
For ice cream?
yeah. Well, no, my argument was that the Super Bowl's a holiday. I'm like, the kids are off school at Cincinnati on Monday.
Yeah, wow, yeah. But they can go get graders at a normal friggin' price.
I know, that's insane.
You're buying Grater's ice cream at Giant Eagle, which is a Pittsburgh-owned company.
Right. Ryan Guy's beer. We got to have some
Screw
Ryan Guy's
that.
beer.
Oh, yeah, I can handle that. I got it on tap.
That's Cincinnati stuff.
That's what I'm serving for Cincinnati.
That's it. That's it.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad I came over here.
Do you have your
forgot I
tap?
had
What's
that.
on the tap? Is the truth on
Ryan,
the tap?
Truth is in
No,
there.
Dan's tap. Dan's
I'm
got his
good.
menu.
I don't have to make Cincinnati chili. I don't do anything for Cincinnati. They got Ryan Geist on tap. We're
Dan
good.
has his menu. That's awesome. So I don't know if we'll have enough people here to play squares. I played squares at the law firm. I noticed everybody's names. I recognized all the names on the squares board, except mine. I went off the chart a little bit. Bought 5 squares. They're $10 a piece, but I put fun names. I got Flipper Anderson, who's a former Rams receiver. Dick Night Train Lane, Boomer Esiason, Chris Collinsworth, and Icky Woods are my.
Icky. Did you see Icky Woods after the AFC Championship game?
No.
He's bigger than me.
Yeah. Well, I saw. What was that? Him who used to do the commercials? I know his dance, but not today. You know, or whatever it was. But they're at the deli meat counter. Whose commercial is that? You're a big commercial guy, and that's part of the Super Bowl revelry and things like that. Yeah, he's at the deli counter. He's at the deli counter. He does his dance. Oh my God! Come on.
I don't remember that.
I thought you would have this for sure. That's my bad. Anyway, random game stuff. Never before has a home team played in their home stadium before last year. Now it's 2 in a row.
Let's talk about the Pro Bowl.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Holy
what a
shit.
freaking joke that was.
Yeah, they just got to stop it. I watched it for like a millisecond.
Yeah, that was awful.
Well, that's not true. I watched it for like 10 minutes because I was shocked at what I was looking at. They just need to stop it. And
I sent you a text. I'm like, is this a walkthrough?
I tell you what, Dan and I coach youth football, and we've coached Pee Wee football where it's flag, and there's more contact in those games because the kids don't know where they're supposed to go, and they accidentally run into each other.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean,
Good
yeah,
grief.
the Pro Bowl is ridiculous.
I'm embarrassed that was professional athletes.
They just need to stop it. Obviously, the players are guarding against injury. We understand what's going on there. It's not a sport. It just is not. So, random game stuff. Like I said, I started talking about it. We hadn't had a home team play in their own stadium for Super Bowl before last year, and now we got 2 in a row. I mean, it's at SoFi Stadium. The Rams and the Chargers call that home, but the Rams are not technically the home team. The Cincinnati Bengals are the home team because it rotates year upon year, the NFC or the AFC team. That means the Bengals got to pick their uniform color. I heard there's basically 2 home locker rooms in SoFi Stadium because they house 2 teams, the Rams and the Chargers. They have their separate locker rooms. So I think the Bengals had their choice if they wanted the Rams or if they wanted the Chargers locker room, if you will.
I hope they picked the Rams.
Right, just for the mental edge, if you will. So that's fun. As far as the season prediction shows, I had the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Yes, you did.
Against Cleveland. I missed by like a 4-hour drive. Like literally a 4-hour drive to Cincinnati. But Dan, let me ask you this. If I would have told you before the season started that one of the AFC North teams was going to play in the Super Bowl, you would have chosen Cleveland, right?
I did pick Cleveland.
You did. Who would you pick next?
Oh, the Ratbirds.
You would have picked Baltimore. Everyone would have picked Baltimore. What about it's a toss-up.
Steelers would have been third.
Right.
There was no friggin' way I'd have said the Bengals.
Right.
I mean, I'm shocked.
They are the AFC North team that emerged. They are there. So
shocked.
That's some crazy stuff. That's fun. Here we go with the actual game. Before we talk about the game, we talk about all the revelry, the fun. On the anthem is a person named Mickey Guyton. She is a country singer. She's black. She hasn't had many hits. She came to prominence during some of the protests. She sang a song called Black Like Me. I'm sure that's probably going to get to Dan a little bit, but she will be on the anthem. Obviously, you can bet on the length of that. Halftime entertainment. Generally, I'm scuffling around and making drinks and making sure the food's all good. I am 100% watching the halftime entertainment. I can't wait for it. It's Eminem. It's Snoop Doggy Dogg. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige. I think it's going to be awesome.
How did Snoop Dogg become such a celebrity?
Dude, he's so fucking cool. What are you talking? I mean, outside of that murder charge back in the day. Outside the murder charge, him
and Ray Lewis.
He was exonerated.
Okay.
Dude, I love Snoop. I think he's one of the coolest dudes outside of the murder charge, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's going to be awesome. My wife absolutely loves Eminem. Eminem and Dre do a song together. It's basically like Dre, "Where the Fuck You Been" song. I don't know if she was out here, she would 100% be able to sing it. Probably word for word. I'm totally looking forward to the halftime show. I think it's going to be amazing. So,
okay.
Commercials. I mean, I'm sure we'll see our usual suspects. Budweiser and Coca-Cola and whoever else, right? I don't know. Have you heard anything about the commercials yet? I haven't heard anything.
Haven't heard anything.
Me neither. So I know you're a big fan of that. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to it, but I did see where Mattress Mac. You know who that is?
Nope.
Mattress Mac is a guy in Texas, big Houston Astros fan, and wagers huge amounts of money. He placed the largest individual bet ever on a Super Bowl at $4.5 million. Bengals money line. Mattress Mac has money. He likes to gamble. He's on the Bengal money line. So
4.5.
yeah. He placed it earlier. That line's dipped a tad. We're going to have a board of -4, but we'll get to it in a second. The American Gaming Association says they expect $7.6 billion, that's a B, $billion to be wagered on the Super Bowl this year.
That's freaking crazy.
It's absolutely insane. At this point in time, 30 out of the 50 states, right? That's 60%. I can do that math. Have legalized gambling, including the territory that is Washington, D.C. But so it's a wild event.
But Ohio hasn't. We're last to all that shit.
Yeah, it's
across around every border state. You can go gamble.
We know the date, though.
Not here.
We know the date. Are you aware of it?
No.
January 1, 2023, legalized gambling in the state of Ohio.
Stupid. Always last to the show.
It is. Gives me time to work on my domain and become a bookie.
Oh, yeah.
Second career. I think we're damn near on to the game. I know it's been a hot minute.
Are we over or under? What you didn't have?
I didn't introduce the game yet. We're going on right now.
No, I'm talking about the anthem and shit.
Oh, I don't know what the over/under is.
It's going to be over, whatever.
You think so?
Yeah.
No.
I saw some freaking...
You want us to play Mickey Guyton on the Echo?
No, I don't want to hear any of that shit.
What did you see? I gotta get this beer if I'm gonna drink that other fucking beer.
There was an over and under I saw on what number scores the first touchdown.
What number?
Number. Didn't matter on a team. It was the number of the player. And
Are there nines?
Well, the number was like
Stafford were 9 too.
24. So I mean, just going
below over under of it. Over under. Got it now.
Whichever number
over under the number
scored the first time, and it didn't matter which team. It was the number of the person that scored.
Can you do it like roulette though too, and just pick the number 9 individually and get like huge odds, which is both Stafford and Burrow?
This was because you got Burrow at 9. You got Cooper Kupp. You got Odell. There's a ton of numbers. There were a ton of players wearing numbers under that number that was set, and I thought it was insane.
Yeah, I like that. That's fun. And you can bet the coin toss, you can bet the anthem, you can bet fucking everything. You really can. One bet that I did see that I like, and it's plus money, it's plus 115, is that the opening kickoff will be returned as opposed to it being a touchback. And there's a ton of touchbacks in National Football League, right?
Oh, ton.
But Pat McAfee, and there's a stat, 18 out of the last 20 Super Bowls, the opening kickoff has been returned. And they were talking about on Pat McAfee's show, which is I love his show because it's freelance. He owns his show. It's on whatever YouTube or whatever platform it's on. Nobody tells him what the fuck to do, which means he can cuss, he can do whatever like we do out here. And Pat McAfee is explaining why. He goes because it's commemorative ball, and it automatically goes to the Hall of Fame, which is 15 minutes down the road from where we're shooting right now. And so there's no like banging it around, warming it up, softening it up, beating the shit out of it so it's easy to kick. It's a brand spank ball. And he says they're like kicking rocks. It's hard to kick, and you don't get near as much on it as you can. That was McAfee's
Insider information.
Yeah, totally.
Insider trading.
I'm thinking about doing it. I'm sure it'll be on the board where you can play. But plus 115 for the opening kickoff to be returned. So
I don't know. That dude from Cincinnati might kick that motherfucker out of the stadium.
Evan McPherson and Matt Gay, who's the kicker for the LA Rams, he's got a pretty big leg himself. So, but we'll see. I mean, I saw their stats as well. They're both.
He ain't kicking it out of the stadium.
McPherson is his.
There's several reasons why, but I won't say on this show.
Jesus. I saw the actual stats too. Matt Gay is 64% of his kickoffs have went for touchbacks during the regular season and through the playoffs. Evan McPherson, who's the kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals, 60.2%, just over 60%. So you take the other side of it.
Kicking that fricker out of the end zone.
He's been awesome. He hasn't missed in the playoffs. So I think we're on to the game. And these teams, Houday makes their first appearance since 1988 in the Super Bowl. The Rams were there in 2018. They are both the 4 seeds that emerged from the NFC and the AFC side, so good for them, which means that they had the best. They won their division. However, they were the worst of the records of the 4 teams that made it through in that division on that side of the conference. I don't know if I explained that very well or not. But anyway, this game is Sunday, NBC. That means Al, Chris, starts at 6:30 promptly. Michelle Tafoya, Karen Tappan, I think is her name. That's that whole crew. The Rams are a -4-point favorite. It originally opened up at 4.5. It's dipped slightly to -4. The over-under is 49. Let's talk about the Rams, who are the away team in their home stadium. Their win against San Francisco. And I know it's been 2 weeks ago. They came back. They were down 10 points in the fourth quarter and found their way back and won that game. So, and it was not a very different story from what Cincinnati did. I mean, Cincinnati got blitzed in Kansas City early, and they were down early, and it looked like there was a chance that Kansas City was going to run away with that game, but they completely flipped the script in the second half.
Good grief.
Good. Did Zach Taylor outcoach Andy Reid?
Looks like it.
I know, it does look like it. I mean, those are both really awesome comeback wins. I was super excited to watch those games. I mean, they were fantastic. Since, the divisional round and the conference championship round, the games have been tremendous. Obviously, wild card weekend disappointing, but we've had some great NFL playoffs. Once again, to recap, the Rams at home, but the away team, -4, over under 49. Health-wise, both the teams their tight ends got banged up, and that was pretty much it for the teams. Both of them, I believe, are going to play. I mean, that's C.J. Uzomah from Cincinnati, who says, there's no way in hell you're keeping me out of this game, and he's a big part of that offense. And then there's Tyler Higbee from the LA Rams. So health-wise, I think both teams are pretty healthy going in. We got a lot of offensive weapons on both these teams. Who do you think has the better offensive weapons?
Cincinnati.
So do I. And you're talking about Joe Burrow's a fantastic quarterback. So is Matt Stafford. So I'm almost going to call that even. I think Mixon is a better running back than Cam Akers or Sony Michel is going to put out there. And I like the receiving core for the Cincinnati Bengals better than LA's. And they're both tremendous receiving cores.
T. Higgins is so underrated.
He's a great player. Great physical player. Great physical player. I mean, obviously,
you have Jamar Chase.
He's the headliner.
And T. Higgins.
And Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
And C.J. Uzomah as a tight end.
Yeah. No,
Meanwhile, the Rams counter with Cooper Kupp, who ran the Triple Crown for receiving in regards to receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Obviously, he's a great player. The Odell Beckham Jr. pickup late in the season ended up being a tremendous pickup for them. He's caught quite a few balls for them. They had to fill that void on Robert Woods. When I feel bad for Robert Woods, who played great, until like the middle to latter part of the season when he got injured for the season. Tyler Higbee's a big part of that thing. I do think I give the slight edge to offense for the Cincinnati Bengals. On defense, I think just based upon star players, you got to give the edge to the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes.
And I mean, it starts with Donald. And you're talking about Donald and Von Miller and Leonard Floyd and Jalen Ramsey on the backside. But, I mean, I think the whole key to the game.
Von Miller, if he shows up. Leonard Floyd, if he doesn't commit a stupid penalty. Donald is that's sort of the problem. He can't take sacks.
And Joe Burrow's been sacked a ton, and that's the whole key. It's the offensive
can't
line.
Take stupid sacks.
The whole key of the game is if the Cincinnati Bengals line can protect Burrow to an extent. And I think they're going to do a lot of quick passes. I think they're not stupid. I think they're going to even run empty sets with quick passes and get the ball out of Burrow's hand quickly and let their playmakers do their thing. Because on the backside of things, Jalen Ramsey's a great player, and I know you like Jalen Ramsey, and I like Jalen Ramsey.
He's great.
The rest of that back end of that defense is not very good.
No,
it's suspect, if you ask me.
And he's going to be on Jamar.
I mean, these coaches, he is. I mean, well, he wants Jamar, and usually Jalen Ramsey
Tyler Boyd has been wreaking havoc.
Or T. Higgins. And generally, Jalen Ramsey doesn't necessarily travel with the best receiver. For instance, if Devontae Adams was playing this game, he wouldn't trail Devontae Adams right, left, whatever side he goes on. Generally, he plays his side of the field. But, I don't know. I mean, he says he wants a part of Jamar Chase. I'm sure Jamar Chase says bring it. I mean, they're two competitive guys, and they're both fantastic players. But the whole key is, I mean, Cincinnati during the regular season was 7-0 when they had when Joe Burrow was sacked less than 3 times in the game. I mean, they got sacked 9 times in the game against Tennessee, and they still won the football game. I mean, these coaches are familiar with each other, too. By the way, did you know that Zach Taylor is a Miami of Ohio graduate? I did not know that.
Did not know that.
I did not know that. I saw that earlier today, but I mean, Zach Taylor was Sean McVay's quarterback's coach for a bit.
I was trying to look to see if there was a Kent State connection, because there was a thing for a while where a Kent State coach or a player was involved in the Super Bowl, and I don't see one in this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
if
Miami of Ohio is taking over.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. I did not look that up to see any local flavor, as Dan's speaking of, but I mean, I think Cincinnati plays a lot of zone defense as well. The Rams have to be patient, and they have to run the ball. If Cincinnati's going to back off and play zone defense and cover that, they can't be so impatient not to run Cam Akers and Sony Michel and see if they have success. I mean, I think they certainly got to do that. I don't know. This is a really fun game. I think that the Rams are a better team. Are we on the picks?
Yeah.
You want me to go? You want to go?
I'll go.
Go.
Cincinnati. And I read an article today, I think the last 15 years, the team that has won against the spread throughout the year has won the Super Bowl. And Cincinnati, against the spread,
crushing it,
is better than the Rams. I'm taking Cincinnati.
They're going to win the game? Get out of the number.
Win the game.
Dan says Houday. He loves Houday to win the game. I am going to ride with him. Houday!
You picked the Rams.
I did. It was I don't know, fucking Labor Day weekend. I don't know what it was. When we did that show. It's this team. I mean, I tell you what, I said it on all of our shows before as the playoffs started. Cincinnati playing with house money. I mean, they're not playing with house money anymore. I mean, all the chips are shoved into the middle of the fucking table. I mean, nobody remembers the Super Bowl runner-up. They only remember the Super Bowl winner.
Yeah.
So they're no longer playing with house money. All the money has been shoved into the middle of the table. I still like them. I think this game's going to be a shootout. I really do. I think Zach Taylor gets the ball out of Burrow's hands. I think, they pick points in the game where they can let him drop back. I love the game over the 49 number as well. I know it's dangerous, and these teams are going to try to feel each other out at the beginning, but I like this to be a high-scoring game. Houday! I think they win the game outright as well. I'm going to play it both ways. I'm going to take the points. I'm going to play them as well on the money line with the over. I love it. A couple of prop bets I like, by the way. Odell Beckham Jr. currently on the Vegas board is plus money, plus 112 to score. I do like him to score because I like this game to be a high-scoring game. The other one I like, and I really like it, is Burrow over 2.5 rushing attempts. Meaning
rushing attempts.
He doesn't run the ball, but they're going to be after him. And Burrow has some escapability to him. He's not fast, but he has some escapability. He's not slow. He's not fast. I mean, he's not going to shock you, with his speed by any means. But I think he's going to get out of there and make a play. He's a playmaker, and Burrow showed that. I like the Ram defense to get there enough where he gets scattered from the play and ends up running upfield. I don't care if it's a 2-yard gain, 1-yard gain. It counts as a rushing attempt. I love that one. The other thing I love is a Stafford pick. And and people like it. The juice on it's heavy to an extent. It's minus 140. But the reason why I like it is because Cincinnati plays zone defense a lot, which means that they got a lot of people drop back, and Stafford is willing to throw the ball into jeopardy. And he's shown that in the past. He's shown that his entire career. I think it's going to be an awesome Super Bowl. I'm totally looking forward to it. It's been a fun football season. I don't know if Dan and I will be back. The March Madness show, maybe Dan's not a college basketball fan, but maybe we'll pop in here and there before the next season. I appreciate you guys watching, listening, being a part of this. So thank you all. You got anything else to say?
No, thank you. For those of you that watch, thank you.
Cheers. Have a great Super Bowl.